Trump pleading not guilty to charges that he conspired to overturn the results of the 2020 election and to hold on to power. He appeared in court this afternoon in D.C., speaking to reporters briefly when leaving, saying, quote, "This was never supposed to happen in America." Trump's legal team says he had only been following the advice of legal advisors after the election, and his claims about the results are protected by his right to free speech. Washington's reaction is along party lines.
It is focused, framed on the crimes, 45 pages of powerful facts. There needs to be accountability here.
It pushes people to support President Trump because they know if they can do this to Donald J. Trump, they can do it to them.
The judge set August 28th as the next court date.
And for more on today's court appearance and the not guilty plea, North Central College's Stephen Maynard Caliendo is joining us. Stephen, all of this proceeding taking place very close proximity to the scene of the U.S. Capitol riot. The former president, essentially arrested here. First of all, speak to the gravity of this. A lot of democracy experts are saying this is the most important case the U.S. has ever seen.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, it's a long history, of course, but it's certainly something we're going to want to keep our eye on. The actual trial itself, I mean, we probably won't be able to see it because there aren't cameras in a federal courtroom. But what actually unfolds and the witnesses that come before and under oath saying what the president knew, what the president said, there's certainly a lot of gravity to the situation today.
There's been a lot made of the legal defense that Trump is expected to take, and that is a First Amendment argument, or that he took bad advice from counsel. But won't that put him on the stand, and what would you anticipate where that's concerned?
Yeah, it's nonsense. I mean, the First Amendment argument is nonsense because he's not being charged for what he said. He's being charged because what he said was in furtherance of some conspiracy. And so you can lie. You can lie to the people. You can lie to journalists. But you can't lie when you're under oath in a courtroom, and you can't use your words in furtherance of a crime. And so that one's not going to fly. The other one that's interesting is I was just following legal advice. That one's a dangerous one. He can certainly use that one in the court of public opinion. Hey, I was just doing what my lawyer said. But if he actually tries to invoke that as a legal strategy, then I believe that nullifies attorney-client privilege, and that anything that he has said to his attorneys then can be brought out in court. I don't think he wants to go down that road. So I know he's going to be talking about John Eastman in particular, but to the extent that he was getting legal advice from a number of people, some of whom are maybe listed as co-conspirators in the indictment, there's some troubled legal waters ahead.
You talked about the court of public opinion. Let's be honest here. Politically, this has not seemed to hurt the president at all. Many have argued that it helps him. Do you think that is going to change as time goes on and the election draws near, or will it get intensified?
I think it's going to be intensified to a certain extent with the base. The real question is going to be if he secures a nomination, as it appears he will, what's going to happen with the voters that are really going to matter in November? That is not only Republican voters, but voters in key states that are independent.
Well, Stephen, I don't know if you can still hear yourself there, but it sounds like you froze up. Professor Stephen Maynard Caliendo with North Central College. We're going to end it there. Thanks for being with us tonight.